fight fans, man? It's Kijana back with some fight predictions this week. I just dropped my prelim video. Now I'm about to talk about these main card predictions, man. UFC 253, Adesanya versus Costa. Like I said before, man, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be an interesting fight. They're both strikers. It's gonna stay on the feet. I don't see this going to the ground at all. At all. Someone's going to sleep. This probably isn't gonna make it 5 rounds. I doubt it. I think it's gonna go maybe 2, maybe 3. My computer is about to die. No bueno. So I'm gonna do this quick because I don't have too much more time and I don't feel like putting it on the charger. Hakeem Dawodu versus Zubair Tukhugov. We already know Zubair is a wrestler. He actually has decent hands. They're not the fastest hands, but he has knockout power. He does have some KOs. Excuse me. Hakeem Dawodu's 11-1 record. Lost his debut versus I think it was Danny Henry by submission. Zubair's 19-4 record. I'm rocking with Hakeem Dawodu all the way. I'm not gonna really talk too much about that. I feel like Hakeem's gonna be a few steps ahead of him. I feel like he's definitely gonna have better cardio because, excuse me, because what's his name? Zubair, he it's weird. He's a wrestler. He's got the Sambo background. He trains with Khabib. He's Khabib's cousin or some shit. But he doesn't ever have good cardio. He always gasses out. Maybe it's because, and he doesn't even strike a lot. He really just goes to the wrestling. He doesn't strike a ton, so I'm not really sure. I know wrestling's really, really, really strenuous and tiring, but like if that's what you're trained basically to do, if that's your like #1 thing is your wrestling, then your cardio should be through the fucking roof. You should not be gassing out in a fight at all. So I can't pick Zubair or Tukhugov at all. Hakeem Dawodu is gonna probably piece him up. I could definitely see him getting a dub on that one. Next fight, Kaylen Vieira, ranked #7 versus Sijara Eubanks, ranked #13. This is going to be an interesting one because Sijara Eubanks just got done fighting. Like, literally, she just got done fighting. And I don't know how that's going to play. I really don't know how that's going to play out for her because the weight cutting and everything. Yeah, I really don't know on that one. I'm going to rock with Sijara Eubanks, though. I'm not even going to talk about their records on this one. My computer's going to die in probably like 10 minutes. So, Sijara Eubanks, she looked great in her last fight versus, why can't I think of her name? Julia Avila. Julia Avila, I honestly thought she was going to win. I picked her, and then I ended up seeing the weigh-ins, and I ended up picking Sijara Eubanks in my DraftKings lineup, and I put her in also some of my parlays. So I ended up picking Avila on my YouTube video, but I ended up actually picking Sijara Eubanks towards the end of it. I was just like, something's telling me that she's gonna be the winner on this one. I don't know why, but Avila started off really fast. She started off aggressive like she always does, and she rocked Sijara a little bit in the beginning. Sijara had to go to her wrestling and play it smart. Kaylen Vieira's coming off of her first loss. I'm pretty sure that was her first loss in her last fight. And she got pieced up. She got KO'd. She's 10-1. Sijara Eubanks is 7-4. So I'll tell you guys their records. Fuck it. But I'm rocking with Sijara Eubanks on this one. It's gonna be weird because I don't know if she's gonna have the cardio or the gas tank, but I hope she sticks with her wrestling. Actually, man, she could piece Kaylen Vieira up, though. I know Kaylen, she's going to be the taller fighter. She's probably going to have the more, she's 5'8", Sijara's only 5'4". But Sijara's only got a 1-inch reach disadvantage. But Kaylen Vieira has really long legs. She has a 2.5-inch reach advantage for the leg reach. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That's going to be weird. Really weird. Next fight, Kai Kara France versus Brandon Royval. Royval's coming off that big win over Tim Elliott, the submission victory, 11-4 record. Kai Kara France is 21-8 record. I'm rocking with Kai Kara, man. People are probably gonna be picking Brandon Royval on this one because he is gonna be a live underdog, but he's only 1-0 in the UFC. He hasn't really fought anybody. Kai Kara's he's fought in some decent fucking opponents in the UFC so far. They call him Don't Blink because he's got a nasty fucking. He puts you to sleep. He's got a nasty right hand. He has 9 KOs. That's pretty fucking insane, honestly, for the flyweight division to have 9 KOs. 3 submission victories, 2 KO losses, and 2 sub losses. So he's a game fighter. He beat Tyson Nam in his last fight by UD. He lost to Brandon Moreno and just got outclassed in that fight by Moreno. It wasn't a horrible fight. It was actually really close. But Moreno just kept stalking him, used all that pressure, and he didn't really have an answer for it. So Yeah, man, Brandon Moreno, that was a great performance on his part. His part. This guy is Kai Kara France is 4-1, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-1 in the UFC, and his only loss is to Brandon Moreno. He's got way more fight experience than Brandon Royval. Royval has a 5-inch height advantage, and Kai Kara France has a 1-inch reach advantage. But Brandon Royval has a 1.5-inch reach advantage in his legs. So it's weird how body types match up sometimes. But Kai Kara, man, long arms, powerful, well-rounded, trains at City Kickboxing, trains with all Adesanya and everybody there in New Zealand. So I'm rocking with Kai Kara on this one. I know Brandon Royval quit his job in his last fight because he got that $50,000 bonus. He's probably training his ass off now. I can't believe he's ranked number 9 and he only has 1 fight in the UFC. That's insane. And Kai Kara's ranked number 7 and already had 5. So, man, interesting, dude. Really interesting. But I'm rocking with Kai. Next fight, Dominic Reyes, ranked number 1 versus Jan Blachowicz. I'm rocking with Dominic Reyes. I know the only fight that I was very controversial that I thought that Dominic Reyes lost was Volkan Oezdemir, and Volkan Oezdemir just has had really bad luck lately. But Dominic Reyes is 12-1. Jan Blachowicz is 26-8. The Devastator, man. 7 KO wins, 2 sub wins, and 1 decision loss to John Jones, which people are saying it's controversial. It wasn't controversial. John Jones won. He didn't do anything. Dominic Reyes didn't do really enough to get that win. John Jones has been the champion for how long? Like, yeah, it was a close fight. You probably edged him with some of your strikes, but John Jones won the championship rounds fair. He won them. He really won those championship rounds. Dominic Reyes was starting to gas out. He was starting to fade, and he didn't do a ton of damage on Jones. Jones wasn't like, he wasn't bloodied up. Nothing was crazy. He rocked him maybe once or twice, and it wasn't even really like that. It was more like he caught him off guard. It wasn't even like John Jones was rocked. He just caught him off guard. And people were basically saying, even Dominic Reyes keeps saying that he's the champ. He's the uncrowned champ. No, dude, you lost. You lost, bro. I like Dominic Reyes, but shut that shit down. Shut it down, dude. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that he's even still talking about that fight. Get over it, bro. You lost. I like John Jones and I like Dominic Reyes. I like both fighters, but you lost the fucking fight, dude. And now you're fighting for the belt versus Jan Blachowicz because it's a vacant title. So now you're probably going to end up being the champion. Cool. Kudos to you. But I just don't like when people just keep complaining about a loss that you can't do nothing about. You lost. Fair and square, dude. John Jones beat you. It was a split decision. Fuck it. You lost. It is what it is. But yeah, Jan's very well-rounded. 7 KO wins, 9 sub wins, 2 KO losses, 1 sub loss. He's on a 3-fight win streak. I loved the fucking knockout he had versus Luke Rockhold. It was great. It was fucking great. One of my favorite knockouts from Jan is that is my favorite knockout from Jan. My computer just died, so yeah, I'm rocking with Dominic Reyes. Next fight, Paulo Costa versus Adesanya. I can't remember their records, but I know they're both undefeated. I don't have my computer on anymore right this second, so, but I am rocking with Adesanya on this one. I feel like he has more precise striking. He uses his range very well. Paulo Costa did get rocked in his last fight versus, not versus Yoel. Actually, Yoel did rock him, now that I think about it, but it wasn't nothing crazy. He got rocked by the Jamaican fighter Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall rocked him when he came in. He shook his head and got back up and like kind of shook it off like he didn't get rocked. But if you replay that, he actually got clipped. And if he comes in swinging like that with his chin wide open, Adesanya's gonna pick him apart. The only way that he loses again, the only way that Paulo Costa can beat Adesanya is if he clips him with something over the top, which has happened in his kickboxing career where Adesanya got clipped over the top and went straight to sleep. You can go back and look at it on YouTube. That was his only KO loss, and it was vicious. He got flatlined. But Adesanya is a smart fighter. He knows how to use his movement. He's very good with his footwork. Like I said, he's very good with his head movement. He doesn't get hit a lot. He uses his range really nice. He's light on his feet, and he's just very strategic. It's a fucking chess match in there, dude. And he is, like he said, he's player one when he's in there, and you can kind of tell. And for that reason, I'm picking Adesanya in this one. Paulo Costa is a tank. He's a fucking tank, dude, and a freakish specimen, honestly. The only thing that could happen, also another thing that could happen, is Paulo Costa loves to go to the body. He loves to throw those hooks to the body, and those could just dig into your ribs. I could see him digging into Adesanya's ribs and really fucking him up with one of those. Or I could see Adesanya countering with a fucking knee or something, or anything, kick or something, a front kick, and clipping Paulo Costa. But I don't see this going 5 rounds. Somebody's gonna get knocked out. And I feel like Paulo Costa might be the one that gets fucking clipped and knocked out. And it would be crazy because if Adesanya knocks him out, you can't even say that. All these people that are saying Adesanya's not as good as he thinks he is, no, he is. He's as good as he thinks he is. He's really fucking good. He's the next generation of fighters, basically. Adesanya's legit.